there, Slayers. Welcome back to this channel. I'm Rebecca Zung. And today we're going to be talking about how to trigger a narcissist collapse by asking this question. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a series of questions because I want to make sure that you are so ready to deal with a narcissist in a variety of situations. And by the way, you better be careful when you're dealing with a narcissist and take good care because you will want to make sure you protect yourself. And if you're in any sort of danger, make sure that you call the police or call the domestic violence hotline if you do need to, because I don't want to put you in any sort of danger. You know that I am an attorney. And so I do want to make sure before we delve into this that, we do understand what we're dealing with. All right. So before we dive into the types of questions, I want you to understand the narcissistic mind. So you know that narcissists thrive on control. They thrive on being admired. They need that narcissistic supply, right? They have a very, very fragile ego, and questioning their authority can be the thing that causes that narcissistic collapse, right? Pulling that rug out from under them or exposing them in some way. So how can you use questions to cause that collapse in some way? So understand it's always going to be about supply. Everything is about supply for them. They're like rats in a maze. It's that one thing that motivates them. It's that one thing that incentivizes them. And when you are negotiating with them, which is what I teach people how to do through my SLAY programs, and SLAY, by the way, is an acronym, which is strategy, leverage, anticipate, and focus on you, which, is what I teach people how to do I teach people how to build leverage through looking at supply, because that is the one thing that motivates them and incentivizes them. Now, there are different types of supply. It's diamond level supply, which is how they look to the world. And then there's what I call coal level supply, which is manipulating people, controlling people, degrading people. So understanding how to trigger a narcissistic collapse is going to be tied up in that supply situation, right? So if you haven't, by the way, subscribed to this channel, I invite you to do that now. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, because I do teach and give free information, resources, tips, tricks every single day. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, because I make sure that I'm turning you all into savvy negotiators out there. All right. And if you are in the process of negotiating with a narcissist, grab my free Crush My Negotiation prep worksheet, winmynegotiation.com, because that will also help you. And it's a free ebook. It's 15 pages, and it will also help you as well, because it's literally helped thousands and thousands of people now, and it'll help you beat that narcissist on the other side. All right. So understanding that narcissistic mind is so, so important, and how you can use questions strategically to start to pull that rug out from underneath them. All right. So consider the reflective type of question, So a reflective type of question might be something like pondering their actions without directly challenging them, but it kind of gets their juices flowing, right? So how do you think your decisions are? Here's an example. How do you think your decisions will be affecting those around you? It's non-confrontational, but powerful. right? Because they have to start to think about that, right? They're going to start to think about the other people around them and how they might be exposed, how they might be exposed, how they might, because they don't want to look bad to their what I call diamond level supply, okay? Which is the people that they, value the most. The next one is the accountability question. Accountability question. This subtly places accountability on them. Remember, when it comes to accountability, the thing they want to do, project and deflect, it's never their fault. It's never their problem. It's never, they always want to say it's your fault. It's somebody else's fault. It's, I couldn't get to it because, someone else was supposed to do something first, because this person didn't do what they were supposed to do, because it wasn't my job, because it's always something else, right? So, but you can say, what steps are you taking to address the concerns raised? What steps are you taking to handle it? How are you going to rectify the situation? It's about holding them accountable without directly accusing. So how is it going to be handled? How do you suggest we fix the problem for the future? How do you suggest that we make everybody more accountable? So that you can make sure that there's transparency in the situation for next time. Get it in writing. Exposure, right? You want to expose them. Squeeze them in. You start to squeeze them in. The more that you can start to squeeze them in so that there's transparency and potential exposure, the more you start to set up their collapse. The next one is the empathy sets of questions. Empathy questions can be game changers. All right. Can you help me understand what led you to feel this way? This not only disarms them, but sets them up for, okay, let's have a genuine conversation. What led you to feel this way? What led you to feel that concern? Because that makes them feel very uncomfortable. This is where you're going to really start to get, the project and deflect. Why are you bringing that up now? Why are we having this conversation? This is not a good time. Now you interrupted me. Now you're going to get the, they're not going to want to have this whole empathy conversation. So, and then the next one is the hypothetical question. It allows you to address situations indirectly. Well, if you were in their shoes, how would you want to be treated? And it invites reflection without confrontation. So, it tries to get them to put them in their shoes. So, but they don't know, they're so, it almost is like they can't do it. They literally can't do it. I mean, that's when you're going to get them to, they don't have time for this right now. I would love to have this conversation, but I can't right now. I mean, that's really the worst one for them. But the way you really can start to box them in is through those accountability sorts of things, where you can really start to hold them accountable, the empathy questions, the reflective questions, those sets of questions where you can really start to box them in, especially if you're in a work situation. That's what I've used it before, and they just get mad. Because once you start to box them in, that's when they're just they end up leaving, basically. But I would love to know which of these questioning techniques resonates with you the most. I've seen them work. by the way. They work like a charm, like a charm. And I would love to know which of these you guys have tried, or which ones you're going to try, and which ones resonates with you the most. And if you've tried any of them, what your experiences have been with them. I'd love to hear from you. So as we wrap up today's session, remember to hit that button, hit that like button, share that video, share the video, and subscribe. Subscribe here. This is Slay Nation. This is our negotiation nation. And make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we are here for you. We're here to empower you. We're here to get you going. This is your time. This is your chance to decide today that today is going to be different than yesterday, that you are different today than yesterday, because you're here and you're saying, you know what? That voice inside me is louder and louder and louder. And it's telling me that I matter, that I know that I matter. That little voice is saying, it's more than a whisper now. My soul is ready to be heard. And I can't wait to hear that voice of yours. So make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. And your engagement, by the way, keeps this community thriving. So I'm so excited. And I will see you in the next video. The next video I want you to watch, by the way, is how narcissists train you to suppress, how they train you to suppress, how they train you to suppress yourself, your emotions, your thoughts. And by watching that video, you'll start to learn a whole lot about their manipulation tactics. All right. So watch that video. I'll see you over there. Until next time, remember, today's a great day to start negotiating your best life. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited that you're part of my community. And thank you for standing up for yourself and choosing to be acknowledged, and give yourself a huge pat on the back for that. All right. So I'll see you in that next video. I'm Rebecca Zung. Thanks for being here.